name is Michael Urbanski, and in today's video on Tech and Tesla, we're going to be talking about the battery of a Tesla Model 3 and also what I pay per month for electricity. There are not many videos out there describing this in full detail and complete detail, so in today's video I'm going to go over all of that for you so you know what to expect when getting your new Tesla Model 3. So what many people don't know is that there are peak charging times with your electric company. So I live in upstate New York, and our peak charging time is anywhere from 7 a.m. until 11 p.m. But the time between 11 p.m. and 7 a.m. is off-peak, so our electricity is cheaper then. So what you can do right on your Tesla is you go under to schedule departure and start charging at. Now right here you can select a time you would like your car to start charging. I usually do midnight on mine, and it's usually done charging between 3 and 4 in the morning. You can also turn that off if you don't care about that and you just want your car to charge whenever. And you can also do a depart at, and that way it schedules before peak energy rates begin, and it kind of does it, you know, you can switch between all week and weekdays. The only difference is that this starts charging when you plug it in, and this one finishes charging by the time you're done. So I usually like start charging at a certain time because then I know for a fact that my Tesla is going to be fully charged when I wake up. I also know that many people are confused whether they should put the battery percentage or how many miles left they have. Now, if I were to switch to battery percentage, we would see that 122 miles is about 50% range, which isn't bad, but I actually like keeping it on the distance because it gives me less range anxiety. With the distance, I'm used to seeing that in other cars. Battery percentage reminds me of my phone, and if my phone's even at 50%, I start freaking out. So for my own personal sanity, I always keep it on the miles. Another thing to make note of is that I currently have the standard range plus model of the Tesla Model 3, so I do not have the long range or anything like that. So at 100% battery, I get about 249 miles, but usually I charge to 90, which gives me about 222 miles. Also, as you may have seen in the beginning of this video, I charge my Tesla with a Nema 1450 outlet, and some people make it seem like this is a lot more work than it actually is. So let me break down exactly what I did. All Tesla models come with this standard US outlet, and if you live somewhere else, I'm sure it comes with your outlet there. But so we all get this normal voltage outage, the 515. That's 12 amps, 125 volts. You can charge your Tesla with a regular wall outlet. So many people get confused by that. So many people think it's not possible. However, the charging rates do differ. Now, because you're only getting 125 volts, your charging time is going to be longer. So when I plug this in to charge my car, I actually get about 6 miles per hour, which isn't that bad. You figure if I charge for 12 hours, I'm getting enough to get me through the next day. However, you're not gonna get a full charge overnight with this charger, so that's why I had the Nema 1450 installed. Now this right here, it looks exactly like the regular standard wall outlet. The only difference is that the Nema 1450 runs off of 30 amps and 250 volts, which means that you are going to get faster and more time efficient charging. So when I plug this in to my home charger, which I will show you in a minute, I am getting about 32 to 33 miles an hour, which means that in just a couple hours overnight while I'm asleep, I wake up to 100% battery. Not 100%, 90% battery on my Tesla Model 3. Now, a lot of people make this look a lot harder than it is. So all you do is take the Nema 1450 or whatever charger you're using and your Tesla home charger or portable charger, and all you do is pull out really hard. You don't need any screws or anything. And then to put it back in, just go like this, give it a push, and it's already in. Now let me show you the Nema 1450 box. Now I know prices can range depending on where you live for installation of this. I got the box myself for $33 at Lowe's. It's an Eaton Nema 1450 box. And it is weatherproof since you saw that it can shut. And that right there is a Nema 1450 inside. For me personally, I was lucky, and we know an electrician who's done a lot of work at our house, and I was able to get this installed for $260. I have heard that is crazy cheap for installing something like this for a Tesla, but it works perfectly fine and it does the job. So all I do is I give my charger, give it a push, right like that, shut this box, make sure it's plugged in on this end, lights on, and then you will see in the car that it says charging will start at 12 a.m. So I actually did just order last night something to hold my cable, because normally this charging cable is plugged in all night, and then during the day I put it in the front just as a place to use it as to store. But now I'm gonna have a hook attached to the side of the house. And I know many of you might be thinking right now, asking yourself why I'm charging the car outside, and that is because I do not bring my car in a garage. My car is outside 24/7. All charging is done outside, even in the winter. So that is why it's so important to me to make sure that something like charging my car is done in the easiest way possible, year-round. All right, guys, I made this little spreadsheet as a document to show you the average cost of charging a Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus. So a full battery is going to give you about 50 kilowatts per per hour, which is about 250 miles of range. And the average cost in my area, which is upstate New York, per kilowatt is about 6 cents. Now, if you take that 6 cents and multiply it by the 50 kilowatt hours, which is a full battery, that gives you about $3 per full charge of your Tesla Model 3. Now, if we average about 30 days in a month, times $3 a day, that's about $90 a month. However, it's important to remember that you are not always, if ever, charging your car to 100%. So I'm usually giving mine about 50%, which would be $1.50 a day. If any, it's usually a lot less battery percentage than that. So your average cost for charging a Tesla at home is between $30 and $90 a month. No one should really be paying a $90 because no one should be charging their car to 100%. However, mine ranged last month for about $50, and that's just because it's about in the middle. I usually charge to about 50% that I need throughout the day, but it's usually actually a lot less than that. And I also kind of live out in the middle of nowhere. The closest grocery store for me, or like strip mall, is about 25 miles away from me. Maybe not that much, maybe about 15. So if you factor that in, I am commuting a little more than most people, but definitely about $30 to $90 a month. So yeah, that's just the breakdown for you. So there you guys go. There is a breakdown of charging costs and how to charge a Tesla Model 3. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I hope you enjoyed. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I try to make new videos weekly, but the more support I have, knowing that you guys find these videos helpful, the more I can post. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.